Hello and welcome, and this is a Dhanteras weekend and all eyes are on gold prices. Prices of the yellow metal are in recovery mode following a lackluster second quarter with prices dropping to its lowest levels since March 2021. However, a weakening rupee and concerns of a looming recession could mean that gold could yet again show some favor, with more investors looking for safe haven bets. This may provide a good buying opportunity going into this auspicious period. The high price of physical gold could be a deterrent to many who are looking to buy the yellow metal this Dhanteras. However, buying gold has never been easier, even with purchases as small as a rupee completely possible with digital gold. No making cost, purity concerns in addition to the convenience of online transaction is making digital gold a go-to for many gold buyers. So should you buy into it too? Joining me now to discuss this and much more is Vikas Singh. He is CEO and Managing Director at MMTC-PAMP. Gaurav Mathur is Managing Director at SafeGold. Thank you so much for joining us on show today. Also joining us will be Ashish Pete, who's Chairman at the All India Gem and Jewellery Domestic Council. And we have a woman on board as well, and a gorgeous one. Vaishali Banerjee is Managing Director, India at Platinum Guild International. But I want to first of all start with the digital gold here, because Dhanteras and last couple of years we have seen that digital gold actually tends to see a lot of favor among younger crowd, millennials, and even others who want to invest and do not want to hold gold do go for digital gold there. Vikas, first of all to you, and a very happy Dhanteras and Diwali to you. How are you looking at the kind of growth participation that we have seen come in for this space?
Hi, Manisha, and a very happy Diwali, Dhanteras to you and your viewers. We've been seeing a very sharp uptake across all our products, including digital gold, in the last few months. It's actually quite a welcome relief. I think, in a way, just to hit a few macro points before I answer your question,
Sure.
COVID has possibly really tested a lot of the management theories that we've had in the past, so we know that well. For example, could you have ever imagined that inflation rate in US and UK would ever be higher than India? So, that's a very big one. Fed increasing interest rates 75 basis points at a time, quite obviously having people ask a lot of questions they've never asked before. And in this context, as always, the so-called safe haven is where people tend to move to. If you see any of our product portfolio, whether it is bullion, which is typically the kilo bars, which are bought by jewelers, whether it is the consumer minted bars, which is the smaller grammage points, or it is digital gold or silver across the board, we're seeing a huge jump up in demand. As a matter of fact, we are struggling to try and keep pace with it and ensure that there is
Okay.
stock availability across the board. So it's looking good. I think it's a good time to be participating. It's also auspicious. It's typically a time when Indians are engaging with the precious metal. It's festive, so I think things are looking good. Yes, thank you.
Vikas, would you say that there's a lot of awareness now into the market, and as you said, there's a lot of growth? Is there a number to it that you would want to assign?
We are normally numbers, Manisha, only so much, but it is a nice high double-digit growth. The very
Okay.
fact that I'm struggling to meet demand basically tells you that number could have been much higher. But across the board, even if you get into digital gold in particular, Manisha, the engagement scores continue to run into close to millions. We have ticket sizes during this period typically jumping up. So if you had average ticket sizes in the past of 800 to 1,000, they tend to at least go up by a factor of 3 to 5 times, depending upon where the customer is coming in from. So across the board, if you see the numbers are reassuringly high, I would just sum it up by saying we're doing record volumes and asking for more. So
I'm sure.
let's just hope we'll be able to cater to the demand.
Because I do understand that there has been a lot of tie-ups with jewelers as well. How is that as a business or a segment working for you?
Once again, very well, Manisha. I think, what happens is everyone is wanting to specialize in the area or the space that they do the best. And typically, when you start creating a digitech ecosystem from a gold and silver point of view, or also customized thematic coins and bars, which is typically what we specialize in, the jeweler ecosystem finds that there is tremendous value that MMTC PAMP can provide to them, and they don't need to do a parallel investing coming on these tracks. So from this point of view, this is something which is ramped up once again very well. And we see this as a main, a crucial pillar of our strategy going forward. So we will continue to expand reach across the jeweler ecosystem and cater to and provide them with products which cater to their requirements.
Absolutely, point well taken. I'll get Gaurav into this conversation as well. So, Gaurav, what is the kind of numbers that you're anticipating this Diwali, especially because last Diwali was the best one in 25 years, and this one has seen the expectations at least are quite strong.
So broadly, I'm happy to share some numbers. We've been roughly, more than doubling in size every year. So I think this year, on an average, we're running about 60%, 55, 60% higher than we were last year in terms of volumes. And on Dhanteras, on the day specifically, I think we normally do about a 10 to 12x jump. So if you were to do 10 crores a day normally of sales, on a Dhanteras, we will do somewhere between 100 to 120 crores in sales. Last year was record. Obviously, I think COVID and digitization really boosted digital gold. So we think awareness is much higher this year. So, fingers crossed, we should do better than the 10, 12x that we normally get as a jump on Dhanteras.
Gaurav, what is the way to reach out to people? I mean, I do understand that there is awareness now. Millennials, younger crowd, new investors do not want to hold gold. They want to go the online way. So how are you reaching out to your target audience?
I think for us, being a digitally native company, most of our marketing and our outreach is also through digital channels. So be it through influencers, I think largely through influencers, and I'd say 70 to 75% of our efforts are through influencers and through social media, and maybe 20-25% of our marketing spend will be on either brand marketing or co-marketing with one of our 110 or 120 distribution partners that we have.
And Gaurav, what is the ticket size that you're seeing in this space?
So ticket size, I think similar as Vikas had mentioned, we see about a 900 rupee average ticket size. And just to put that in perspective, when digital gold started maybe 3-4 years ago, our ticket sizes used to be 250, 300 rupees. So we've seen that secular growth as more and more people trust the product and they get aware of it. So there's an overall trend of ticket size going up from maybe 250 to about 900 rupees. And on Dhanteras, again, we see it's not maybe 3 to 5x, but we see maybe it doubles to about 2 to 2,500 rupees for us on festive occasions.
Because how long do people really hold when they buy on digital gold, and what would you recommend?
So typically, again, Manisha, this is something that you would, it's like a medium-term horizon is like with any typical investment. So there will be cyclical movements. For example, if you take the last year, I think, just about every form of investment has taken about a 7 to 10% decline. So financial markets, forex, commodities, you name it. I mean, these are not usual times. So there again, from that point of view, trying to take buy sell decisions over short time horizons, I don't think that would be a recommended course of action. Typically a 3 to 5 year time horizon is what would always be recommended. And interestingly, from a gold silver investment point of view, that's how the consumers are really looking at it also. So whether it's physical or digital gold, ticket sizes, it's almost like an SIP. You buy when you can, you buy on dips. India typically buys on dips. If you see the Western markets, by and large, they buy when the graph is going up, which is a little surprising. So India that way is a lot more savvy. So now's the time when the market's taken a bit of a dip, and suddenly and it's also festive. The right conditions for purchase, and the demand is going up. So we would always recommend a medium-term horizon for you to evaluate the investment in this category.
Vikas, you started with macro background, and what are you expecting then in the next 1 year? Because it looks as certain as uncertain rather as it did a year ago.
So yeah, absolutely. I think regardless of what's happening around in the world, I think the Indian factors are thankfully looking very, very reassuring. So inflation under control, growth coming in, you don't have risks of a stagflationary situation. By and large, demand is healthy. All sectors that you look at, there is a good resurgence underway. Monsoons have not been too bad. If anything, they may have been on the higher side. So we would actually expect in the Indian context this buoyancy to continue. As a matter of fact, all our preparations are to try and ensure that going forward, we are well prepared to meet this demand. And sourcing globally is not that easy. And therefore, preparations when you are moving metal gold in tons on a monthly basis, I think that becomes kind of critical at this point in time.
Well, on that note, we'll go for a very short break, but don't go anywhere. When we come back, we'll tell you on what to buy. We'll also talk about the jewelry and the platinum sector.